Our planet is in danger. Global warming, deforestation, plastic pollution, to name a few. We all know about these three problems, but there is one that most people put aside. I'm Matthew Lukasha, and we are under attack. Well, the ecosystem is not us. Aliens are attacking. No, not those aliens. These aliens. Alien species of plants and animals are those species that, with the help of humans, have colonized areas where it is naturally impossible to get to, but have succeeded thanks to humans. Now, these species wreak havoc all around the globe. Our first expedition starts at Chadwick Lakes. After cycling through the muddy environment, we arrived at a tiny pond, and on the mud, I could see the bright red freshwater crustacean that I was looking for. However, that day at least, we ended up empty-handed. It was 2 days later where I got the appropriate equipment to carry out the mission of catching the Red Swamp Crayfish.
We'll just have to continue waiting for a crayfish, preferably a big red swamp crayfish. There's one, red swamp crayfish, or a big crayfish. I don't know if it's a red swamp or not. There he is, the red swamp crayfish. They are very popular pets and also make a good meal. The threat that this causes to our ecosystem is to the sub-endemic painted frog and endemic Maltese freshwater crab. Apart from taking up space, they will actually feed upon the eggs, juveniles, and adults of the painted frog, which happen to be the favorite food source of the Maltese freshwater crab. Now, if the crayfish is big enough, they will actually eat the eggs and juvenile of the Maltese freshwater crab. Now, the Maltese freshwater crab is restricted to 4 valleys in the Maltese Islands. In Chadwick Lakes, you will not find the Maltese freshwater crab. Now, this guy here will not be released back into the wild since he is invasive and is harming our ecosystem. Okay, so I was exploring Chadwick Lakes and I have found an alien which isn't exactly on the list. We've got koi fish in Chadwick Lakes. Now, koi fish are pond fish and they're very popular pond fish. And the thing is that in Malta we don't have any freshwater fish. So of course these guys are aliens.
I'm sure that everyone in Malta is familiar with the red palm weevil, or as known in Maltese, Ilbumon artal palma. This beetle arrived to Malta through infected palm trees imported from Asia. Since it has no predators here in Malta, it has the power to wipe out all the palm trees in the Maltese Islands, including the native Mediterranean dwarf fan palm. This weevil here was found in my garden, carrying hundreds of eggs on its underside. Palmy, as I used to call her, had one purpose, and it was to lay those eggs in a palm tree. I was sad that I stopped this creature from its life purpose, but this creature has the capability of destroying an ecosystem, and several species with it. So far, we have gotten up close with invasive species that are harming our ecosystem. However, there are some invasive species that have found a spot in the food chain without harming our ecosystem. The reptile that I would like to show you was found running in the dry grass under the scorching sun. This is the Mediterranean chameleon,
This chameleon was introduced to the Maltese Islands in the 1800s from North Africa. The first one was released in St. Julian's. This is known as a good alien because it has found a spot in the food chain. It does not only prey on native animals, but it is also preyed upon by native animals, like snakes and even birds will attempt to eat this chameleon.
Let's face it, chameleons are now part of our ecosystem, although it is controversial. Chameleons are actually protected by law, and it is illegal to interact, keep, or kill this creature without a license, which is why I didn't handle the chameleon.
These animals I showed you today aren't the only invasive species, of course. You've got red-eared sliders, Levant water frog, Asian tiger mosquitoes, rats, which have sent an endemic subspecies of Podarcus fulfolensis to extinction, and one of the worst invasive species are domestic cats, which kill for sport. And we've also got other reptile species, which are considered as good aliens, which have found a spot in the food chain, like the Algerian whip snake, the European cat snake, and the ocellated skink. We also have marine invasive species, which you can determine by getting a hold of these two Spot the Alien posters. There are two versions so far, one for invasive marine fish and another for invasive marine invertebrates. As for plants, we have many, like the fountain grass, the acacia tree, the Bermuda buttercup, and the prickly pear. However, the prickly pear is considered as a good alien. Whenever you see a bad alien, please remove or report it. We all need to try our best to remove these species from our environment, or else history will repeat itself, and species will go extinct. Like the endemic subspecies Podarcus fulfolensis kisselbaki, wiped out by a rat invasion, and is now a subspecies lost forever.